Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Shade Indonesia trench sock, SOK rendition, if you will. This was sent to me by my dude, Duke Uriah, just a fantastic guy. And my brother, I appreciate you sending it for me to check out. I believe this is 5160 blade steel with micarta handle skills. Now we're going to talk all about it. And this thing is savage, dude. It is absolutely wicked. I am a huge fan of Shaney's to begin with. He makes some crazy good stuff. But the thing about this is it's a couple of different things that I want to cover with it, and I want to look at it with it. Guys, while it's on my mind, big shout out to Arizona EDC. I just reposted a post that he posted yesterday. He had tagged me in it, but I wanted to share it with you, and I wanted to shout him out. Arizona EDC. His dad makes flag boxes for fallen soldiers. Check that post out. Check him out. Give him a subscription. Let's jump right into this thing. Everybody knows that I'm a monster fan of Shade Indonesia. I have been since the first piece I ever demonstrated, reviewed, whatever. He makes weapons. That's what he makes. Now, you can use them for other stuff. You can use them to bushcraft, whatever. But this is a weapon, okay? There's a couple things about it. It is a tracker style. Got a wicked trailing point. It's 14 inches overall length. It's got an 8.5 inch blade with about an 8 1/4, 8 3/8 cutting edge. The handle's 5 inches. Now, it's hard to get an inner grip on this because you've got the knuckle busters on there. Every time I do one of these, people ask, Gab, is it comfortable? Is it? Listen, here's the deal. This is a weapon. And for those of you that are new, I kind of break knives up into different categories. In combat utility, you'll hear me talk about that more when you can bushcraft, camp, whatever, and use it for combat, but mostly the utility part. Then bushcraft, camping knives, etc. When I call something a weapon, that is its primary use. Now, I am fully aware that most knives could be a weapon, but this is what this is built for. It has a 5-inch sharpened swedge. Now, the swedge is not razor sharp. It's not hair popping sharp, but it's sharp enough it'll cut the shit out of you on a backswing. I was pointing there. The truth is, with this tracker style, and there I was just kind of checking the sharpness. This, I believe this was sharpened for penetration. This thing is a hell of a stabber, and you see that trailing point there. Now, here's the thing, and you see the knucks there. The thing is this, with those on it, it is absolutely savage. If you had Shaney make it without the knuckle guards, then you've got more of a tracker, more of a, and it's still every bit the weapon, right? Still with that trailing point, it's still stabby. But when you take the knucks off, you have a little more freedom of movement, okay? And it would be disingenuous of me to say that you have, full range of movement with them on. Are they uncomfortable? Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're stabbing, if you're using it like this would, if you're fighting someone, no. And let me tell you something, son. If you hit somebody in the kisser with those, they through dealing. You hear me? This is the type of knife, and we all dream of the day the zombie apocalypse happens, right? You want to go out and take out all the people you can't stand. Even if they're not zombies, you can act like they were or whatever. But here's the deal. In a zombie apocalypse type situation, this thing would be wicked, son. Because if you hit somebody with that, you're destroying them first and foremost. And then the way the blade lines up, you're going to hit them with the blade too. So you'll hit them with the knucks and with the blade at the same time. And I guarantee you, son, you'll do some serious damn damage right there, brother. The thing is this, the reason that I like Shaney's builds so much is because when he does a build, right, he does it right it's built right. It's built to last. It's tough. It's sharp. It's well made, but it's well balanced. He finds the balance point of it. Now, like I said, this is not your typical bushcraft or camping knife. Some of the stuff we have to do. We have to do it. Otherwise, and I'm just not set up to do, a fighting knife right now. As we grow, as we go, as we move forward, we're going to look at getting some of the gelatin dummies and stuff like. And I've had people say, "Well, just get a side of beef." Yeah, well, a couple $100. What the hell? We do this kind of stuff to check the build of the knife. Some of the things, guys, this knife isn't made to do. Right here, I wouldn't say it's made to strip wire. Why are we doing it? Because I want to show you the process, right? I don't want to just leave in every great part. I want to show you every part so you can kind of see how I come to my conclusions. Edge held up very well. But the edge held up well through this whole thing. And make no mistake.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. This thing is wicked sharp, son. I mean, it's one of those things, man, when you hold it in your hand, I don't know.
Yeah.
You just feel like Mad Max or some shit. I mean, seriously, in a good way. It's just wild. I have always been intrigued by the tracker design. And ever since I started the channel and I've been able to mess with them more and more and more and more, I become more and more enamored with them, with the different things you can do. And again, just checking that back swedge. The way that Shaney's got this, it wouldn't take probably 5-10 minutes and you would have a hair popping sharp swedge. As it is, you've seen the penetration for the stabbing. I'll say this, as far as the chopping goes, to me, it hit well above its weight. I've always been impressed with a tracker when it came to chopping. I always have, and there we just broke the thing off. I will get a weight, I'll pin a weight when I get home, but I don't know the weight right offhand. I do know the balance point is right there where the handle meets the blade. And right here, you see it just feels good in hand, man, and it took a beating. We opened up with some chopping, and again, this isn't a chopper, I know that, but it could be. It felt good in hand, it hits over its weight, and it does very, very well. I've always liked where the trailing point meets the other blade, and I can't think of that, but I've always treated it kind of like a fulcrum, and that hits like an axe, son. And then you have that sharpened swedge to stab. You've got the knucks to bash and crash. The micarta handle skills feel very, very good in hand. And right here, now see right here, that's comfortable as shit because that's the way you're supposed to be holding. I like stabbing the carpet padding. And for those of you, it's soft. It's soft, but I guarantee you when you hit it, you will come to a dead stop. So there's no slip in the handle here. Not just because of the guard, but because the handle contours well to the hand. And then we do our doubles. Bip, bip. I like doing one and then one at regular speed, and then I'll do one in about half speed. Just to show you, really good in hand, boom, boom, easy breezy. That's not really me. That's more the knife, the flow of the knife, the design of the knife. The batoning. I know it's strange to baton when you got a weapon, and trust me, while the swedge may not be hair popping sharp, it will dick up a baton. But I like doing some of that. You can see I'm putting it there on the fulcrum. I like giving you an overall look at the knife. Again, this is a weapon, okay? There's no way I'd recommend you take this bushcrafting. Now, if you were going hiking and you wanted something to defend yourself, and Donnie B all day made one of the best points in a video not long ago. A lot of times self-defense always isn't about another human being, especially if you're in the woods, depending on what region of the nation you're in. There's no telling what you can run into. So having a good sharp knife, a knife with a good point on it, a knife you can rely on, is a damn good thing. And Shaney is a hell of a custom maker. You see a nice overall profile there. And see what I was saying where the knucks come out with the blade? I think it's unique in that way. And again, this isn't something, but here's the other side. here's the other side. Zombie apocalypse happens and you're having to survive. It's good to know you can. And before anybody asks, Shaney is a custom maker. So if you wanted this without the knucks, I'm sure he would make it for you. It's going to be a solid build either way. I love what he does with his carbon steels. I love how he contours his handles. Now, you see the little hole up top there? That is if you wanted to do some pop chops or if you wanted to do some lashing. I've heard people say it's a weak. It is not a weak spot. If it's heat treated well, we've got to get out of that YouTube mentality, man. We've got to bring some common sense back. If it's heat treated well and Shaney has a good heat treat, it's as solid as a rock. You also have some really good jimping right there. And right here, I just wanted to do some shaving. Again, some of it is just to show you the control of the knife, just to show you the sharpness of the knife. I know this isn't something typically you would do, but I wanted to give you an overall view of the knife. Guys, while we got the time, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. You know they are, I know they are. That's why on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Man, all that means is this, vets. We love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. It's not always popular, but I'm not always been a popular guy. I'm not going to shove it down your throat. I'm not going to argue with you about it. Something I believe in, and it has nothing to do with my other causes, just something I believe in. Finally, if you are an addict, and Lord knows I am, never quit quitting. Duke, brother, appreciate you more than I can say. Shaney, you're a master. I love you both. God bless you both. I'm Scab. You're not. The Trench Shop sock from Shade, Indonesia.